I think that the instructional plan that was provided for me was a great plan because uh, all 6 exercises activated the muscles that would be used in a double leg takedown, and certain exercise simulated the specific functional movement as well, which was good. Um, I was able to respond pretty well to the instructions that I was given. Um, and he gave very simple explanations, which made it very easy. And he also demonstrated exactly what I was supposed to do, which also made it very easy for me. I never found myself unsure of an exercise or stuck on how to perform it. So, but I also have to give him a lot of credit because um, he had to modify his plan for me a lot because I have an ankle injury. I had surgery like 4 months ago, and so I have limited mobility, especially with a lot of the certain stuff he was doing because it required getting low to the ground. Like honestly, most of the exercises were too hard for me to do, and he still found a way to give me an effective or similar exercise to perform. Like for example, I did a Bulgarian split squat instead of the leg switch lunge that he had, because it required like getting really low to the ground and just kind of moving my legs in a way that my ankle just wouldn't wouldn't want to do right now. But I also did step ups because I was supposed to do box jumps and I can't jump right now, so that was a good alternative exercise. Another example of that is I didn't put much of any weight on the leg press, but I was still able to make the movement, and that's still something. So, but yeah, overall, I still got an effective functional movement plan for a double leg takedown. And as far as something that I would fix about his plan, not really much of anything. It was a great plan. I guess the only thing I would say is maybe just explain what each exercise is specifically benefiting within the skill, even though I could probably like guess. But like for example, the lunges that I was doing is definitely meant for the leg movement before the takedown when you're low to the ground, just like along the lines of that, like what they're pretty much the reason why you're doing each exercise. But yeah, no, that's it. Overall, it was a very good plan. Thank you. So I think the instructional plan that Stephen provided today was very solid. He started showing me before we even started what each exercise entailed so that I could judge whether or not I would need a modification for it because of my ankle. And in terms of communication, he gave me great cues in the moment when I was trying to replicate his exact moves that he was doing. Like for example, during the second to last and third to last exercises, I can't think of the specific names because I just can't think of the name of the specific exercise, but it was the one where I would get up on my feet and just kind of push him and drag him forward. I couldn't remember what the starting stance was, and he sort of just threw me a cue to tell me exactly how to start as soon as he saw that I was unsure of it. I didn't even really have to ask him. So yeah, it was just good that he was on top of it like that. So as far as what I would change, I'm not really sure I would change anything. You know, I never felt lost or unsure of what I was doing. And if I did, it was for a split second and I didn't even really have to say anything. So, like I said, he just picked up on when I didn't know what to do and would tell me. So, but yeah, I wouldn't change anything, and I felt like he included exactly what he needed to. All right, thank you. So I thought the instructional strategy provided today by Stephen was very thorough, in the sense that he demonstrated and described them to a point where I just kind of needed to try it out myself, and I pretty much had it right away, because I correlated his instructions and cues in the moment as I kind of lined up to do it, and they were just very good instructions. But yeah, the feedback that was given to me was very good. Actually, he made a digression for me for the, I forget what it's called, but it's the one where, like, I pick him up and just throw him on the ground, basically. But he originally, when he showed it to me, he showed me the full thing, and I was like, dude, like, I definitely can't pick you up. And he was like, oh, I think you can. And he was right. So all of a sudden I lined up to do it, and I didn't do the digression. The digression was just to kind of like lean him on the ground and flip him over. All of a sudden I just kind of like picked him up and threw him on the ground the exact way he showed me to do it. So I didn't even realize I was going to do the harder version. But I was able to do it because of his good instructions and demonstration. Even with my surgered ankle. But yeah, no, I don't think I would change anything. I'm actually kind of proud of myself for completing those takedowns, because when he showed them to every single one he demonstrated to me at first, I was like, this is looking slow. But you know, I was able to at least somewhat complete all of them to the point where they looked, you know, halfway decent. And like I said, I'm not an MMA fighter, and I have a surgered ankle, so I think it went pretty well, and I don't think I would change anything. So, yeah, thank you. After participating in part 1, 2, and 3 of Steven's project, I'd definitely say that he did a great job teaching me. To start off, I would say he definitely had it tough because he chose a tough skill that required coordination and athletic ability. Two things that I honestly just didn't have down, because although I'm an athlete, I had surgery not too long ago, and I didn't see myself doing a double leg takedown at the beginning of it. And just the intensity of that skill just seemed in my head like it just wasn't going to be possible. However, I would say, even though I thought that, he proved me wrong by offering modifications for me and explaining things in a way that made me understand it, you know, enough to where I felt confident in doing it. And if you explain it to where I'm at least a little confident, like when you're confident, the more confident you are in the movement, the more you feel like you won't get hurt doing it. And in my situation, that's big, because like in my ankle, I'm always thinking about stepping on it the wrong way, and especially getting on the ground and doing those tough things. It helped that he provided good examples and descriptions of what we were doing. But he pretty much just planned it out before we did it, and it came out very well. Right after this video, I'm going to attach examples of him teaching me how to do certain movements, as well as providing modifications for me and my ankle.
You want to finish your takedown. But for now, I'm just going to stand up, and I'm going to practice driving him forward and keeping my ear glued to the side of his body like this. I'm going to step up and drive right before the end of the mat. And then we're going to do that a couple times. Keep going and drop my knee forward. Once my knee touches the mat, I'm gonna step up with my back foot. And then from here, you do the other side. You're not gonna do the other side, Jordan, because you're a bad ankle. Here, you're just gonna reset. Same thing, heel, toe, knee, step up, reset.